Hello everybody, my name is Pascal Kreukniet. I am one of the team leads for our Dynamics 365 for Operations team at KPMG, and today I'm going to talk to you about the wonderful world of consolidations and financial reporting. Matt has already done an introduction of Dynamics 365. He did all the navigation, showed you all the modules, all the capabilities, etc. So this is more under the assumption that you do know how to navigate, etc. So I'm going to dive straight in the deep, and the first thing I want to show to you is the organization hierarchy. So that one hasn't actually moved, so it's still in the organization module. And then what we can do is we can open the organization hierarchies. So organization hierarchies, as you probably know, they have several functions that they steer within Dynamics 365. So for example, they steer your budgeting, they steer your consolidation, which I'm going to show today, but they can also steer your workflows, etc. So who approves what, up to what level, etc. For budgeting, you can have a different organization hierarchy compared to the one that we use for consolidation, just because it could be that you do your budgeting on a higher level, let's say at a country level rather than an entity specific level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the Contoso Holdings organization chart. So if I click on view, what this will do, this will open up the organization hierarchy within Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Operations. So what you'll see here, this is the entire structure. So the Contoso group, that is the top holding. Then there's a lot of sub-holdings under there. Contoso Entertainment, Contoso Consulting, Contoso Retail, followed by the legal entities. And what you can do is if you click on the dots, it will actually open up the next level, and it will put Contoso Entertainment in this case at the top, etc. So this is the structure that it follows. What we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at the consolidation for Contoso Entertainment. So what we've done, we have just used the Microsoft demo set, but we've enhanced the data, so there's a lot more transaction in this than you're used to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move to a different module. So it's called Consolidations. Now it used to be hidden in the General Ledger module, but Consolidations is now actually its own module. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the option Consolidate Online. What this will do, this will open up the screen for you to perform a consolidation where you can set the parameters and all the variables, what you exactly want to consolidate, and where you can actually consolidate from. So you can give it a description, the accounts from to, do you want to use a consolidation account, yes or no? So what this does, in case you have different chart of account structures, for example, you have the French statutory chart of accounts or the Spanish one, what you would do then is you would use a consolidation account to link the accounts. In this case, I'm saying that to no. The period you want to do your consolidation for, but there's more options here, as you can see. So financial dimensions, how do you want to consolidate those? Which legal entities do you want to include? In my case, that's only two, the EMF and USMF. You can see the eliminations and the currency translation. So I've already run the consolidation, so we don't have to wait for it. So if we have a look at the consolidation transactions, what you can do here is you can see the consolidated figures on an actuals basis or on a budgeted basis. So here you can see all the transactions and how they are consolidated and from which legal entity they come from. This is a consolidation. Once you've run it, you can always delete it and rerun it. So it's not set in stone as soon as you've run it. That's a very important thing to know. And what you can also do here is you can filter on a certain date. You can look around, and you can all do your usual filtering. Then what you can do is you can run, once the consolidation is run, you can run some reports. And as Matt has showed you before, there's a lot of out-of-the-box reports. But for consolidated figures specifically, we really recommend you use the financial reports. So what are the financial reports? This really is the new version of management reporting. So it hasn't changed a lot, but it's still very good feature. We will have the ability to run a report, have drill down figures, and even go down to a transaction level. You can actually see the voucher. You can go back to the document where you can see a copy of the invoice. If you have the OCR, the scan attached to supplier invoice, you can open it from there. So it goes down from the top all the way to the lowest level of detail, taking into account the user access rights. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a financial report. So if I click on view, what you'll see is here we have a consolidated balance sheet and a consolidated income statement. This is all demo data. What you can do here, as I promised, there's drill down functionality. So if I click, for example, on the cash, I can exactly see the cash, in this case, per financial dimension, how that's split out. But I can go further. I can still click on the number and it will drill down, and it will actually tell me from which entity it comes from and from which account, including the financial dimensions. From here, what I also can do is I can go back and I can look at the transaction origin. Also, as you can see, the export button is available, so these reports can easily be exported to Excel. So if I just go back to the highest level and I say export, it says it may take a while depending on the size, and it's quite sizable, because what I will do is we'll actually download these figures including the drill down functionality. So if I open this, what you'll see on the first sheet, we will have the balance sheet and the income statement. But actually, you can, again here, you can drill down. So you have all the lowest level of detail available. This is obviously awesome, and what I really want to highlight is that we need to step away from the fact that, oh yeah, Microsoft Dynamics integrates with Microsoft Excel. No, it doesn't. It's really one system. Excel is just an extension of Microsoft Dynamics nowadays. You can download data, you can load data back, and it also takes the tables into consideration. So if you want to post a journal, it will come up with the financial dimensions that you have to use, but it will also come up with the list that is available. So all the logic that you have within Dynamics 365, you will also have in Excel. The other thing that I wanted to show you, and that's the last thing I promise, is that how easy it is to change currency, any currency. So let's say I want to see this statement in euro. I'll just say currency, change it to euro, and it will run. And again, you might think that's taking a long time. Well, it doesn't, because it's translating real time all these transactions from dollars to euros using the rate that's applicable. So as you can see, that quickly it has changed the currency from USD to euros, and that counts for all the figures, so also the transactions, and that's why it looked like it took a while. So there's three more things that I want to highlight to you. First of all, my background is actually, I used to implement very complex consolidation systems, and when I made the switch to Dynamics, it was really not up for it, but I can really tell you that now it can compete with the big boys and it can do the consolidations. The other thing I want to tell to you is that with the Consolidate Online option, what you can actually do is your entities do not all have to be in Microsoft Dynamics 365 for operations. You could use Excel as a source as well. And the last thing I wanted to highlight is that third party, if a company is partly owned by another company, so you have a third party interest, you can still put it in your organization structure. You add the percentage, and during the consolidation and elimination process, Dynamics will calculate your third-party interest for you, so it can still take it into consideration. So thank you very much for viewing my video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We will share this on our website, on our Twitter, and all the contact details will be there. You can also contact me via my LinkedIn. So thank you very much.